Hi there, welcome back. I'm Anna and we are continuing to work on this book. It's been a few hours since we left off. Still Saturday, but I want to continue because now I have the feel for it. As you may remember, we reinforced the spine a bit, put the old text block back in to make the spine remember somewhat of its old shape. And then we pulled out some papers, or I went through the papers that I pulled out, and we started putting together signatures. And then I continued and I realized, no, I have to turn my camera on, so I will explain what I have done in your absence. I just put my little tabs on top of every first page of the 5 signatures. Then I took the old first page of the book and hinged it with that grungy old flyleaf I showed you. It's a little bit bigger, but I don't care. So I folded it a bit and then I glued the smaller paper into the fold, and just to be extra sure I put some masking tape on it. So now I have a new first page of my journal. So I want a few more papers, obviously, in my signatures. Right now I have 2 or 3 in every signature. And as I said before, I wanted to put some ledger paper in. So I have pulled out some more papers. I still have my old pile here, right next to me. And we'll put together the signatures now. And I want to make the ledger papers into the correct size. And here I have a loose sheet from the original text block that fell out, and I'm going to use that as my template. Let's see, some of those are folios and some of those are singlets. So I also have my handy dandy Fiskars cutting board here. And I want to see, this is a whole folio. Then I want to keep it as a folio, and I want to make some flips that can be extended if I'd like to. So I simply want to fold this actually to begin with. I'm not sure if I want to cut it off. Yes, I want to cut it off at the bottom. So I take my pencil and I just make a little mark where I want to cut it off. And then I make a tiny mark where I want to fold it. Because I will use since I don't have a scoreboard, I use my cutting board as my scoreboard. But I will start by cutting off the piece that is too long. And this will be used in collaging or something else. Then I simply put my page where I want the fold to be, and I line it up with a plastic ruler there, and then I take my handy dandy bone folder and I run it there instead of the cutting thing. I use my bone folder, and then I have a little crease, and then I can fold it any way I like. Like that. And I then push down the edges with my bone folder again. So there we have another one. And I will just, for now, measure it into the center of the signature and then go on to the next one. And this is a singleton. But I still want to use this because it says month 1904. So this is from the 40s. So it's 80 years old. And then it also has numbers, and that I love. But this one I'm just going to fold in the middle, so it will be a short page. But I also want to cut it off first, so that I have a single strip, not a folded one. Like that. And I realized I forgot to ask you how you were all doing. how are you doing? Are you having a lovely weekend? Are you also having a storm maybe? Or do you have nice weather? Or have you had snow yet? That's a very important thing to ask now in the junk journal community, because since Catherine Sunnyside Journals, and then also Wishes and Weeds, I think mentioned it, and there are several of us that actually loved the idea that when the first snow falls, you stop thrifting. You're only allowed to buy glue and ink until it thaws. And I love the idea. Then you have kind of a communal thing. You do it together. So, yeah, I have not had snow yet, and I didn't go thrifting today. I am so proud of myself. I had a headache, so I went to bed for an hour instead, which wasn't so fun, but I didn't do any thrifting. I am planning a thrift, in Sweden we call it loppisrunda. It's where you go from one place to another, all the thrift stores and second-hand stores in your area at once. And I am taking my eldest daughter and a friend of hers that also loves thrifting. And I promise to take them next Saturday. So if there's no snow, of course, then there will be no thrifting. I will do the same with this. I will just fold it and cut it off at the bottom, because I want different size pages in this book as well. So, or have you done any thrifting this weekend or this week? I would love to know if you did any finds. I have a few things that I actually will be looking for next week if I go. And that's, on this one I will fold a little askew because I want it to be bigger on one side than the other. I am looking for the several layer cake plate that Pixie K Designs Katie has on her desk, and I love it. I want to have one as well, but I haven't found one. And I'm gonna be picky. I'm gonna buy one I like. I'm not just gonna buy the first one that's available. I want it in glass or crystal and at least 3 tiers high, because I want to be able to have lots of little goodies in front of me when I do my junk journaling. As you know, when you pull out some stamps or something you want to use in your journal, it's perfect to have them on display. Or a little bit of things you want to do use for collaging. It's perfect. And you can audition them all easily. Little labels and other things. So this is a folio. And I will put them, I just put them in the middle right now, and then I will move things around before I settle on how I want my journal to look. And I will have one last, and this one is bigger on that way, so it won't be cut off, and I just want to make it into flips. It's a bit thicker as well. So the fun thing about making a journal this big is that you can use all the big papers, of course, but also another fun thing is that you can do bigger collaging. And this book is quite small, it's just 2 centimeters wide, so it will be very fast to put together signatures, and hopefully the whole process will be quite fast as well. So it's a quick journal. And when I pulled out papers for this one, I also found some papers for the Christmas journal, because that is just as big, if you remember. They're almost the same size. And then when I pulled out my Christmas things, I have a big box of Christmas things under my desk here. It's full of everything. It's my Tim Holtz ephemera, it's my old postcards, Christmas cards, it's laces, washi tapes, papers, everything you can think of is in that box. And in that box I found a book I made last year that's almost done. I think I have left like sewing the signatures and making ephemera. So that will be ready to go into the shop soon. And it's, when I looked it through, I noticed how my style has evolved this year. Quite different now than it was last Christmas. Anyway, I found some more papers I want to add. So I will put the color away a bit, and then I will show you what I got. This is half of an old, you know, like those dust jackets, but this one was on one of the ledgers, and this brown craft paper is quite worn and torn, and I thought, why not use it? Because it's paper, and paper we can use in our journals. And there is a flap already, flip, flop, flap. This can be reinforced with some yummy faux cellophane tape. I'm planning on making some this weekend as well. It's a little bit big, but I don't mind because it's, you know, folded and so on. I think I will just do a little fold and put it into one of my signatures. So I think it will be fun. And I had one more half of this, obviously, since I just ripped it in the center. But that's a bit more worn than this one. Oh, that's too big. Should I cut it off at the bottom or at the top? Because I love this grunginess. I will cut off the bottom. Yes, decision made. Because it's junk journal, you don't have to keep everything intact. And I will just do like that. So back with the cutting board. Line it up. It doesn't have to be. No, I don't want to cut it with the cutting board. I'm going to tear it with my ruler. That's what I'm going to do. Because it's not going to be perfect. That's better. So how much do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages in that signature. And it's looking yummy. Put it on side. Where did I put my pencil? Where is this? I'm just making little marks on how many pages I have in each signature, because I want to keep a kind of a balance on it. Then I found this one, and the book is from 1929, and here is the first page from a yearbook. And of course I have to incorporate it somewhere. I want to hinge it with something else. I'm not sure what, but I want to use it, so I put that in my pile of things here that I showed you before. Then I have this. This is out of an old book about ancient history that I made into a big book called Proserpine. And this is a Greek world in about 433 before Christ. And it also has this lovely glistening paper inside it, because it's one of those flip outs. And I think I want to use it. So if I have room, this will go in. This is some typewriting paper that I found in a book. And I love the variety of papers. And I have hinged it with some masking tape. Here's a folio out of the bird book from 1974. With some cute little birds in it. And I think I want to use it. So I put it in the pile. This is a folio from Nordens Flora. It's a big book with lots of botanical pictures I have shown you before. And I love the ferns. Quite fun. Some variety, you know. Different sizes and shapes and colors. This is a color plate that I pulled out of the same book as the Greek map, the ancient history one. And here the tissue paper is still on, and I like that, because I'm thinking I might want to do this, get this in somewhere. And this is a painting of an old stone chest from Crete. And I think the colors are lovely and muted, and I love that the tissue paper is still on, so I kind of want to incorporate that as well. Maybe I will hinge it with the 1929. Yeah, that's the same size. That's great. Let's do that. I just want to show you the last page. This is a folio from a 1919 book. That's a compilation of magazines. You know, you can buy all the magazines of a year sewn into a book when the year is over. And this I made quite recently into a big grungy journal. My latest big grungy journal. And this is a folio that actually fell out. And this is also the Swedish history theme. Things they do on a farm. They do the harvest, and they go milking the cows and taking in the harvest and putting it in the barns. Coloring things, coloring yarn and clothes, I guess. They are testing the milk to see if it's okay. They are taking care of the animals, baking and doing things in the kitchen, and they are making their own sausages. Look at those sausages. Ooh, interesting. And they are doing more milking and taking care of the crops. And I believe this is from a school for girls that were going to live on farms. So that's why there's almost only girls on the pictures. I think they're nice. So that's one signature as well. But we should hinge this because I want to use it. And the sides of the page are lovely and ragged, but I don't mind. I will use it anyway. And do I want to use my washi tape or my... No, I want to use the masking tape for this because that is so sticky. I won't take any chances. When I'm making a new hinge for 2 pages like this, I prefer using masking tape because I know how sticky it is. But when I just fortifying hinges or making them stronger, I don't mind using washi tape and glue because there is already a hinge, but here we create a new hinge in a way, right? Like that. And all of a sudden we have a new folio made out of 2 pieces out of 2 different books. That's creative, right? I'm trying to see if I can find a date for them. Look about history. That one. I want to write down in pencil, you know, which date, which year it was published. Oh, I'm gonna take my big book out where I write down the information. 1919. That's old as well. That's over 100 years. So I'll write that there. And this is obviously afterwards. Let's see if I can make a pretty folder of this, or if it will give me some trouble. No, it's nice. That is pretty. And more journaling space as well on both sides. So that's a good one. I will put it into signature 2. Let's see. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 into signature 2. put something more. Maybe I can use some music paper there. And as I said, I'm just going to throw everything in right now, and then I can move it around later. I also have some ideas for what to do on those pages from the original book. I want to do some things on the edges. I really loved what I did in the last grungy journal I did, when I glued down the fortification of the old spine. So I'm thinking, you know, why not use this? Oh, look at this, it's so nice and yummy. Now glue that down and maybe punch a hole and put an eyelet, or doing some other collaging or something. I am all into this right now. The grungier the better. I love it. So 2, 3, 5. Now we have signature 3, and that has 3 folios in it. Let's put something in here as well. I'm just leafing through things that I pulled out. This is nice. The old. I think I will hinge. No, I don't want to hinge them to each other right now. You can put this in. This is the page from the book about Queen Victoria. Put that in the center there, and 2, 3, 4, and maybe some more writing space. I can use this. This will be a fun book indeed. Kind of junk, really junk journal, actually. So I hope I will be able to get most of this in, because I really want it. And this one I am so anxious about. I really love this. It's a bit thick though, but it's a big pocket. And I want to incorporate that. I just want to know how. Could hinge it to something and use it. What should I use? A piece of ordinary paper, this, and then it's a bit bigger. Or maybe I can put it in the back as a signature of its own. Poke some holes, or make a fabric thing. Yes. Oh, now the wheels are spinning in my head. Maybe I can sew some fabric on and make the fabric into a pocket on the other side. So we do like this, and then the fabric comes here and goes over, and I sew it down, and that's a side tuck. And then when you flip, and here's this big one. Yes, I'm loving that. I am loving that. Let's keep that to the side, and that I would probably do off camera, since sewing isn't my forte, and my sewing machine is upstairs. I am just leafing through this and see what I want to use. How about some smaller things? Ooh, I want to use this. This is the Michelangelo thing from 2005. I just fold it in the center, and then I put it in the center here. Yeah, that's great. And I also want some more writing space in that one, so I will hinge. Yeah, I will hinge these two together. Using my, where did I put that one? Using my masking tape. And you notice that I put the holes to the outside. That's because I have some ideas on how to make them. Maybe I put some thread in them or something. I will see. But I like the holes and I want them to show, and they won't show if they're in the spine. Like so. And as I said, I will definitely move everything around later on. But I just want to get a feel for how big it will be. And I also want to put everything into the book press before I go to bed tonight. So the last signature. Ooh, there's so much I want to put into this. Oh. But I think I will use more than 5 folios in each signature, so it's all good. Here I want to use this. Oh, that's folded crookedly. That is crookedly folded. Let me do a new fold then. That did not work as I wanted. Better? No? There we go. Yes. Better. I want to put it in here for some interest, some smaller page, like that. And I also want to put let's hinge these now to each other. Or to something else. Umming and ahhing, that is my favorite thing to do. Or should I use the map? Yes, I want to use the map. Like that. So now I have 5 folios in each signature. And I know that in the book press this will be nice and flat. Oh, look at that. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Yes, let me see how much time I have. I am at 30 minutes. I will do like this. I will continue to put in some things in here. See if I can get more of this in. And then I will come back and show you what I've done, and we will continue to work on this. Okay? Great. Thank you all so much for joining me today. This was so much fun. I am in love with this journal already, with the grunginess of it, and the colors and the feel, and oh, it will be marvelous. It will be marvelous. I will have to make some tape here as well, for cellophane tape, and put here and here. This will be great. Anyway, thank you so much for watching me, and I will be back soon. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and let me know if you want me to do something special on video that you want me to show you, or if there's something you don't want me to do. It's good as well, so I don't sit here and make things that no one wants to watch. So, have a great weekend. Bye.